undocumented workers will go, and they'll get picked up by people and like go to their houses to do garden work or just, you know, different kinds of physical labor. And so those guys, I don't know, they don't have like any rights, and it's really, some people never pay them and all this stuff. So what we do is we make food and bring it to them in the morning, and so I just did that. It was really cool. It was really, really cool. Although I speak French and they speak Spanish, and it was kind of frustrating because I was trying to like communicate and whatever. But you know. So anyway, okay, let me look at. Okay, so what about essays? Have either of you guys started on college essays yet?
Only what we've done for
Wait. Okay.
our honors English class. We had to write essays, but other than that.
Are you both in the same honors English class?
Yeah.
We were. Yeah.
Okay. And so what did you do in that class towards the college essays?
She gave us like the UC prompt.
Okay. What's the UC prompt?
There is multiple.
They're really general.
They're pretty general. Yeah.
I mean, one of them ended up being like pick your own topic. So it's basically like
it's
4 suggested ones, and then a fifth that was
But they're
and so we just like wrote what we wanted to write on, and then she graded how the topic was and also how well we wrote it.
Yeah. That's cool. What did you guys get for grades? You don't have to say it on air if you don't want to.
I don't even remember her grading them.
I know she made it a total of 200, and so she split the points up depending on the length of it. But I think I got like a B+ on one and an A- on the other. So I was happy with that because
we'll turn them into college.
Yeah, well, English is definitely not my strong subject.
Oh, okay.
I was mainly in there, honestly, for the grade bump.
Oh, Jack, come on.
Well,
taking honors classes
I like reading if it's about math.
Good.
So.
Oh, well, actually, I totally get that because I love science writing. Exactly. It's like my favorite kind of books because I like science, so it's kind of a weird way into English. Yeah, no, I get it. And Leslie, what about you?
Okay. English is my thing. So I don't know. She asked to keep mine, but I think she has to keep a couple of them. But I definitely am like really into reading literature, like classic literature and like especially modern literature. I used to want to be a writer.
Don't read that. So. They always say mean things. Don't read it. It's like not.
Okay.
We love you guys.
Or no, but they don't. Like they're really nice, but a few people sometimes say mean things. I'm talking about the chat right now, so.
I think it's funny.
It's okay, but it's just like.
We're not
a little distracting when they're saying stuff. Yeah.
We're not mature enough to be able to pick our colleges.
Well, hopefully kids are mature enough because that's the only time you do it.
Yeah, I'd have to argue with that.
Yeah. Anyway. Okay, go on.
Okay, sorry.
Well, but college essays. So you wrote one in the English class.
Yeah, 2 actually.
What did you guys write about?
I wrote about like why I'm a gay rights activist, even though I'm straight.
Very cool. That's an interesting topic too.
Yeah,
because
everybody asked me that. So.
Yeah, I mean it's because people assume you're only gonna be an activist for these groups if you're part of the group. Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I wrote about that, and I also wrote about like marching band and what it means to me. Yeah.
Very nice. And Jack, what did you write about for yours?
Well, I wrote about I have a cabin up in Echo Lake, which is a lake near Lake Tahoe, and just how there are no once you get to the lake, there are no cars, there's no electricity, all that good stuff for camping. Yeah. And so I talked how, despite how much there's lacking there, how like I don't have computer, I don't have cell phone, whatever. It's still like the happiest time of my summer, or of my life.
Wow, that's interesting.
How it's really interesting how like that's the one time I don't get to check Facebook every day. And it's the one time that I also have the most fun. So I wrote about that, and I forget what I wrote about.
That's interesting too, because it's a very it's a topic that
and sounds to a lot of people.
Yeah, and then like a week and a half I'm leaving for the Dominican Republic for like 2 weeks, and so I'm definitely going to change one of my topics to write about that.
Yeah,
because I know everyone that's gone, it's like a life-changing experience.
Yeah, I've heard that there's the school. Oh, I forgot to switch cameras. Let's see, Petaluma High School puts on a Dominican Republic trip that apparently just like everyone who was on it cried because it was so just totally changed their worldview and totally gave them a new perspective on like all these things in their life.
Yeah, so. And I don't think it's actually associated with Petaluma, or is this a different one that you're talking about?
Oh no, maybe it's not, but everyone I've talked to is from Petaluma High, so
yeah,
I know James is going on it, and
James and like Nadia Shu and stuff like that.
Oh, it's not through the high school?
There's only like 5 kids from Petaluma. There's like most of them go to Casa, some of them go to like Marie Curie.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, never mind.
But yeah. Basically,
very
high school
cool.
kids. So.
Yeah. All right. I've written a bunch of college essays because everyone was out of town, so I've just been like sitting at home doing stuff for college. I've been studying for SATs too. It was miserable, and teaching myself Arabic, which is really interesting.
Wow,
that's awesome.
Yeah,
I really
it's so cool. Oh my gosh, it's such a cool language. It's so worth knowing. But yeah, so I've written like 3 essays, and none of them are very good. I'm not going to use any of them. And one was about how I like want to get a tattoo, but I don't like tattoos, but it's about my Californian roots, which is kind of interesting because I feel like it plays a really big part of who I am. So, you know.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's what I've written so far.
Topic.
Yeah, exactly. I want to write about something. I feel like they like the essays more when it's kind of like a very specific weird topic, and that way you just use that and like talk about who you are, because then they get an idea of who you are. So
I heard of a college. There was like one college whose application subject was toast, and you had to write like off that.
See, I think that's cool because then they actually see, like, instead of kids who are just writing like these really general papers, like, this is why I like your school. You know, it's like, I don't know. I think it can be really interesting when it's a specific topic. But and then in terms of college visits, what have you guys done so far?
Well, for me, I've gone mainly just to California schools. I know I've visited like Harvard and like those sort of impossible schools to get into. Like
you visited Harvard. Good. That's a good.
Yeah. Well, it's a really good school. And, and then also, but I went down to the coast, like to all the UCs and stuff. And the most amazing to me was like UC Santa Barbara.
Oh.
It's just like.
That's surprising.
I mean, I'm a little biased mainly because I got there at about 7 p.m. It was like 75 degrees out, no wind, it was like sunset.
So it was just gorgeous.
It was just like amazing, but also
aesthetically
like,
impressive.
There was like we were meeting my sister's friend at this one spot, and like right next to the spot was like this math class, and it was like really interesting. So I was kind of like leaning in there and listening. So that also probably.
So you just had the perfect visit.
It was like the perfect.
That just sounds like it was.
Everyone
luck.
was walking around in like flip flops, riding bikes. It was just like
very cool.
Why would I not go here? So.
And did you like Harvard when you visited?
Oh yeah, I mean it's like really beautiful. I mean, it's like obviously.
Yeah. Did it seem like interesting people though? Did you talk to any of the students?
I was actually quite young. This is kind of a long time ago.
Oh, when was it? How young were you?
Well, actually, I wasn't that young. It was when my sister was looking for school. So
okay, so you kind of went with your sister then.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that would help a lot though, having an older sibling who's already done this.
Yeah, I get it kind of like 1.5 times. Not completely 2 because I wasn't really into it.
But you still get an extra.
Yeah.
Kind of looking at schools and seeing the process and then where she got in. And that's nice. That's very nice. And Leslie, where have you looked at?
Well, I went to a lot of the UCs as well, and actually thought that a lot of them were really cool and impressive. But I don't really like California that much. Just like, I mean, I've just been here so long that I'm kind of like ready to go somewhere else, and like Canada, for instance.
Yeah.
But I have never been to McGill. So I don't even know yet, you know.
Like, oh, really? You know, have you just seen pictures of it?
I've seen pictures, and it's gorgeous. It looks like Hogwarts, which is awesome. And
very cool.
But we went on like my mom and I last spring, or winter, I don't remember, summer break. We went to the East Coast and looked at schools in DC and Boston, Philadelphia, and it was really awesome because we did like 9 schools in 3 days.
Oh my gosh, Leslie, that's insane.
It was ridiculous. We just drove.
Did you like stop at the schools and walk around, or did you do the tour?
We had tours at a lot of them, and a lot of other than we had like information sessions, I fell in love with Tufts when I went.
Wow. All right.
But after like looking through all those schools and like my budget,
that's the thing.
Yeah, it's like I couldn't afford to go to pretty much any of them unless I got insane scholarships. So the good thing